Hi everybody, I am Giovanni Tokarski.
And I am Giulio Quarta.
You are listening to Platform Coops Now, the podcast, a biweekly podcast on the platform cooperatives movement, how to realize your cooperative project, and much more.
How do we, the workers of the world, can get democratically organized at a global scale? How do we get beyond platform capitalism? And how can we build a better future of care, joy, and abundance for the many and not for the few?
This is the episode 0, and we'll present the podcast, why we are doing it, what is the Platform Coops movement, where is it going, and how can you join it? Enjoy, subscribe, and don't forget to share your thoughts and experience. Welcome to Platform Coops Now, the podcast. Hi, my name is Giovanni Tokarski. I am an economics student in the Netherlands, but most importantly, in the context of this podcast, I have currently started working at Mondragon Corporation in Bilbao. And the reason I'm creating this podcast is because I'm very curious about the cooperative world, as it is something I got in contact with recently and for which I developed a lot of curiosity and interest and for which I see a lot of potential going forward. Through this podcast, what I'm looking to gain is to learn more and more about cooperatives and platform cooperatives in general, meet interesting people from all over the world, and create a platform to shed light on the cooperative movement nowadays.
And I am Giulio, an Italian cooperator with a background in sociology. I am the founder of The Connective, a cooperative born to map and connect the agents of the new economy as digital and platform co-ops, blockchain protocols, and local economies. As I think these are enabling the emergence of a new economic model that can be named in many ways, from social and solidarity economy to commons economy to post-capitalism. I'm working with Platform Coops Now Team since 2 years, more or less, and I'm getting really convinced that cooperatives and platform cooperatives will have a fundamental role in the current global transformation, as the cooperative movement is not only an enormous player in our contemporary economics, but a vital infrastructure for the local communities of every country. And let's not forget that every piece of our technological infrastructure is sustained by the work of millions of workers. So organizing this multitude at a global scale will radically change the system as we know it, and for the better.
All right, let's talk about the goal of the podcast, which will be to tackle different topics within the cooperative movement, platform movement. We'll talk about how to start a platform co-op practically. We'll discuss the shortcomings and challenges that platform co-ops are facing. We'll talk about how to make platform cooperatives become a tool for mass empowerment and how to practically build up global and federated systems, which is essential. Furthermore, we'll invite young cooperators of the most interesting platform cooperatives around the world, and we try to invite people at the edge of social innovation that aim to inspire cooperative entrepreneurship, innovation, connections, and team building across the globe.
So if you're a member of a cooperative, if you want to get digital or become a platform, if you're looking for funding or partnerships, if you're interested in social innovation and technological trends, and last but not least, if you want to go beyond platform capitalism and create a better world, this is the right podcast for you.
But what are platform co-ops? If you're listening, you probably have an idea, but let's repeat it all. A cooperative is a business or social organization in which value creation and distribution are democratically organized and managed by the workers themselves. A platform is an online application or website used by individuals or groups to connect to one another or to organize services.
It's not just a matter of making cooperative digital, nor making cooperative e-commerce or having a better website, but technology enables radically new ways of organizing at scale, allowing cooperatives to network and create cooperative ecosystems of mutualism and efficiency for everybody. The challenge here is to optimize the online economy for all the people and not just for growth and short-term profits of the few. As we are clearly seeing in these years, that few companies and billionaires are taking all the benefits of technological disruption at our expense.
So let me give you a couple of advantages that platform co-ops offer. First of all, higher quality jobs on average. Productivity benefits, they are more resilient than other businesses form. There is a lower worker turnover, more control over privacy and transparency, fair pay, opportunities to benefit from the ecosystem of cooperatives as a whole, control over the direction of the business remains with worker owners.
So the Platform Cooperativism Consortium, PCC for France, is a hub for research, community building, and advocacy for COPs that embrace the digital transition, born 5 years ago thanks to the work of Trevor Scholz of the Institute for the Cooperative Digital Economy. The PCC supports the growth and conversion of hundreds of platforms, COP business, with tens of thousands of worker owners, and it is allied with cooperative national and local institutions from all over the world. You can see them in the website that is platform.coop. But you will be thinking, okay, but give us an example. What is a platform COP? I don't know any platform COPs. And actually, they are not so known at the moment, but there are many examples of successful digital cooperatives or organizations with similar models like steward ownership. And just to name a few examples, we have ShareTribe, Stocksy, Up and Go, Polypoly, Smart.coop, and of course, many tech workers networks that provide digital services in every country, as Cotech in the UK, Ipernova in Italy, and basically every country has one. Look for them in the website. And what is yet more relevant is that there are countries where the cooperative movement is either very strong, as in Italy, or is really developing a full-blown national cooperative ecosystem as Uruguay, as we will see in the next episodes.
Up to now, the consortium with the historic cooperative Mondragon and the New School in New York have organized 2 editions of the course Platform Coops Now, from which we take the name of this podcast, a course on how to project and realize platform co-ops, with around 400 participants at every edition. This podcast is named as such because we want to promote both the global ecosystem, but also the next editions of the courses. Save the date. The 3rd edition of Platform Coops Now is in fact starting in September 2021. Wherever you live, if you have a project or want to start one, this is your chance to get info, knowledge, networking, and funding. Okay, let's go back to talk strictly about the podcast, which at the moment will have a structure as follows. Every 2 weeks, we will be releasing a podcast with 2 guests, trying to diversify our guests in terms of country of origin, age, and gender to create a dynamic and varying atmosphere. We have noticed that often podcasts about cooperatives are kept quite local, meaning that, for example, a Spanish podcast will have Spanish guests, an American one, Americans. And we are looking to break this trend and have people in cooperatives from all over the world join us here. At the time being, the podcast will be pre-recorded, as we are very new to podcasting and are trying to improve. And we created this as a challenge. However, we are looking to switch things up and experiment down the line to provide the best quality we can. So this is why we really appreciate comments, criticism, and insights to improve.
In the next week, the first official episode of the podcast, we lost Damiano Avellino, Italian co-founder of Airbnb, now working with Platform Design Toolkit and Hypernova, cooperative networks of digital professionals. And in this episode, we will speak about why platform cooperatives are great and have great potential, but at the moment, they are still lacking competitiveness and real success in the mainstream economy, especially when we compare them to the mainstream platforms of the capitalist economy. Because being ethic is a must for cooperative and we all want it, but fairness is often not enough. Realizing a platform business is really difficult. And so, we'll speak about this, especially from a practical perspective for people that want to launch a cooperative and not in general ways. So stay connected and follow us for the date of the first episode.
Are you interested in following the podcast and want to join the Platform Coops movement? Do you have a project in mind, or are you looking for funding and partners? Or do you want to show your platform co-ops to the world through this podcast?
In the description, you can find our social media pages as Instagram, but especially our Facebook discussion group with thousands of people. It's called Platform Coops Discussion and Link Share. And our fresh new Hylo Space, a cooperative alternative to Slack for more practical organizing, where we want to organize the platform cooperators of the last 2 editions of the course and all the projects we want to join and the partners of the Platform Coop Consortium and Platform Coops Now Team.
So feel free to write and email us at pcn.podcast@gmail.com. Thank you for listening and see you soon.